The city of Colorado Springs has many luxury neighborhoods, and most of those happen to be on the west side of town, some of them being the Broadmoor, Stratton Forest, and Kissing Camels. But when you're on that side of town, you're actually on the mountain. You're part of the view. You don't have a view. So today I want to talk about one of my favorite luxury neighborhoods here in town, which is actually on the east side, located in Black Forest, where you not only have views of the entire mountain range, but also downtown, the Air Force Academy, and then you also still feel like you are in a Colorado mountain resort. So if you guys want to learn all about Cathedral Pines, stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. This is Living in Colorado Springs, and I am Alicia Armendariz. Today's video is over the luxury neighborhood of Cathedral Pines. In my opinion, this is truly one of our legitimate luxury neighborhoods. We have a lot of neighborhoods recently who over the past couple of years have just kind of got pushed into that price point of being what's considered luxury here, but they're truly not luxury in my opinion. Cathedral Pines has been around since the early 2000s, even mid 2000s, and I think initially the homeowners that wanted to be there were those looking to get away from city. They still wanted to be within El Paso County, but not close to the city, the hustle and bustle. They wanted a little bit of space. They wanted room to build their big, beautiful custom homes, and they also just wanted to feel like they were still in the mountains. Cathedral Pines is a community of 810 acres with 150 home sites. There are still few land lots available, but for the most part, this community has been bought and built on. Even though this is one of our luxury neighborhoods, this is not a gated community. We actually do have a lot of luxury neighborhoods in town that are not gated. A couple that are, but this one in particular is not. So the lots within Cathedral Pines on average are going to be around 2.5 to 3 acres. Sometimes you can find some that are around 4 or 5 acres, but for the most part, everything's kind of been broken up into 2.5 acre lots. There are currently 3 lots available, I think. They are also that 2.5 acres. You can find those price points of those vacant lots to be around mid 500,000s to kind of lower 600,000s. The homes in this area, they are going to be custom, semi-custom built, putting them at a price point of $1 million up to $4 million. I would say though, on average, what we saw within the last year were homes selling between $1.5 and $2.5 million. Now, because with custom homes, you can obviously get as jazzy as you want and customize it to your liking. Price point is going to change. Your number of beds and baths is going to change within this community, but on average, what I've seen, the majority of the builders who we have here in the state who are very familiar with Cathedral Pines, they're going to give you a home around 5,000 square feet to 8,000 square feet, and also be anywhere from 4 to 7 bedrooms to 4 to 7 bathrooms. I will say though, recently when I looked in the MLS, I saw many of the homes were exactly the same square footage, and they were 5,189 square feet. Now, I don't know if that's because everybody picked the same builder and kind of similar floor plans, or if that's just kind of what equals out to your home being built, considering some of the HOA requirements with setbacks and whatnot. So yes, Cathedral Pines does have an HOA. It actually has 2. It has their traditional homeowners association, which is around $525 a year right now. And then they also have a Metro District fee, which is a little over $3,000. Some of these things will include snow removal, trash removal, overall community maintenance, and a couple other things. You're definitely going to want to enjoy that snow removal because Black Forest does sit at a higher elevation than the rest of Colorado Springs. Colorado Springs itself sits around 6,035, and I believe Cathedral Pines and that Black Forest area are kind of right around 7,500 feet above sea level. So when it snows up there, it definitely sticks. The fact that they have snow removal as part of their HOA is definitely a plus for that community because not all of Black Forest offers snow removal. As I had mentioned, initially this area started being developed when it was nowhere near the city, but now that the city has grown so much and expanded north and northeast towards that Black Forest area, you're going to find that a lot of these homes, almost all these homes, this is not only just Cathedral Pines, but Black Forest in general, they do have well and septic systems. Not a big deal, but I think some people are just surprised when they move out to those luxury neighborhoods that they are not tapped into the city, that they do in fact have well and septic systems. One cute characteristic that you can't help to notice is that each property at the entrance kind of their driveway, they have 2 stone pillars. One pillar is going to have the home address number on it, and the other pillar is going to have the Cathedral Pines logo, which is kind of just a single pine tree. It's done beautifully, and it kind of just has it keeps a nice little theme to the neighborhood. So even if you are a resident or even wanting to be a future resident of Cathedral Pines, I don't think they're going to have to worry about the growth of Colorado Springs catching up to it or being at its front door per se. The Ponderosa pine trees in Black Forest are just so large and beautiful that they just give such a natural barrier, not only to your neighbor, but also just to that growth that is coming. You are just kind of right off of Interquest exit. Interquest turns into Highway 83, so you kind of have the interstate there, Interquest and all of its growth and its amenities that's popping up, and then Highway 83. Now, Highway 83 and the interstate can get you both north to Denver and then also south to either southern part of Colorado Springs or just southern Colorado in general. You have the ability to still feel like you're in the mountains and not bothered, but still have that quick access to Interquest. And I think more than anything, the residents who were initially worried about it are kind of maybe enjoying the perks of it now, because there is just so much that is new and there at their fingertips. But because of just the terrain of Cathedral Pines, they still just have a lot of privacy. And if you do have some kiddos, don't worry, you are in District 20, which is a very desirable and thought out district here in town. And you have probably one of our better high schools, Pine Creek High School, just down the road from Cathedral Pines. Probably going to take you and your kids about 5-10 minutes to get there, and it is pretty much a straight shot from the subdivision. So not only do you have Interquest and all of its commercial growth there, you have that quick shot to Highway 83 for commuting, you have that quick shot to the interstate for commuting. You also are about 12 to 15 minutes from the north entrance of the Air Force Academy. But the community of Cathedral Pines is also just down the street, just walking distance to the Black Forest Regional Park. Now, Black Forest Regional Park is a huge open space that has a ton of trails, probably about 8 miles worth of trails that kind of just loop around the park itself, loop around Cathedral Pines neighborhood, and then some other little subdivisions within Black Forest. It has tennis courts, it has basketball courts, it has just open field, it has playground for the kiddos. It's just a big, large open space. The community also offers the Lodge at Cathedral Pines. The Lodge is a venue that could be rented out to the public for any of your wedding, corporate events, family get-togethers, you name it. It is a facility that holds about 125 people, and it sits technically kind of at the front of what I would consider one of the main entrances to Cathedral Pines. Cathedral Pines has about 3 main entrances. I'm going to say the one most used is the road that goes past Black Forest Regional Park and then into the community, where you will come across not only the kind of community mailboxes, but then the lodge. For my golf enthusiasts, if you are a resident of Cathedral Pines, you're going to be close to several of some of our best golf courses here in town. You're going to be just across the street pretty much from the club at Flying Horse. You're going to be just down the street from the new Flying Horse North community and that golf course. You're also going to be close to Pine Creek Golf Course and then also Deer King. All offer a different challenge and different beautiful scenery. So if you are a golfer, just in general, I would recommend checking out any of those 4. So there's some insight into one of my favorite luxury neighborhoods here on the east side within Black Forest, Cathedral Pines. I did find out that the subdivision has some new development coming. The Villigry Homes developer actually purchased a little section. It's going to be a gated section called the Estates at Cathedral Pines. It's going to consist of 8 home sites, each being about 4 acres. I think there's 1 or 2 that may be closer to 5, but they're going to be 4-acre lots within a gated community that are going to have kind of the Villigry home developers European style. Villigry can be found within the Flying Horse neighborhood, also within Cathedral Pines, a couple of our other more luxury neighborhoods up north, but they have now purchased and plan to build these 8 home sites in the gated section of Cathedral Pines. So that is something to look forward to. They don't have any models up yet. They do have a couple of photos and computerized images up on their website, but at a minimum, you can expect these homes to be between 8,000 square feet to 12,000 square feet and plus. At a minimum though, these home sites need to be 7,000 square feet. They're also going to have a minimum of 5-car garage. These homes are expected to be something that when you purchase, you're planning on kind of living out your life into your golden years in these properties. So they're going to also come with residential elevators. They're going to come with widened hallways and doorways, some handicap accessibilities, the ability to put additional dwelling units on, in the event maybe you need to build because you have older in-laws or family members going to live with you, or if you get into those golden years and then you need younger family members to come and take care of you, there's space and structures that are allowed to be built for that to happen. These homes are also expected to come with massive landscaping packages. So if this sounds like something that you might be interested in, the Estates at Cathedral Pines, definitely feel free to reach out to me. You can check out the Villigry website, but expect these homes to start at $4,850,000. Well, there you go, you guys. If you have any questions over anything that I mentioned today concerning Cathedral Pines or any other neighborhood here in Colorado Springs, definitely feel free to reach out to me. Again, feel free to call me, text me, leave something in the comments. I promise to get back to you. And if you could, hit that subscribe button and bell to get notified when I make new videos each week on everything that is living in Colorado Springs.